Hello, dear friends, with a new edition of Zoom In with Imtiaz Gul. Today, we're going to zoom in on the Pakistan-China relationship. What holds the two nations together? The China-Pakistan relationship is often described as an all-weather friendship or ironclad brotherhood. This relationship is often described as an all-weather friendship or iron brotherhood. This is a cornerstone of Asia's geopolitical landscape. This multifaceted partnership spans economic, military, diplomatic, and strategic domains, insulated against external shocks like the Israel-Iran conflict that we witnessed in June 2025. Despite occasional challenges, both nations have stood together through decades of collaboration, as evidenced during regional tensions, including the brief India-Pakistan conflict in May this year. There's a clear sense from conversations with Chinese officials, think tankers, and academics that Pakistan remains China's top priority, which is why the term Patiye is used for Pakistan, a synonym for iron brother, but this is exclusively reserved for Pakistan in the Chinese political jargon. Both Pakistan Army and the People's Liberation Army conduct joint naval exercises, counter-terrorism military drills, and they also coordinate closely on nuclear strategy and missile development since the late 1980s. China is Pakistan's largest defense supplier, meeting up to nearly 80% of its military needs. This includes advanced weaponry like Hangor-class submarines, U-6 torpedoes, HQ-9 and HQ-7 air defense systems, long-range jammers, J-10 fighter jets, PL-15 air-to-air missiles, C-803 anti-ship missiles type 054AP frigates, and joint production of JF-17 jets and Al-Khalid main battle tanks. Regular naval counter-terrorism and military drills, coupled with collaboration on nuclear strategy and missile development since the late 1980s, essentially highlight the depth of this partnership between the two militaries, particularly the People's Liberation Army, which is in July 2025 celebrating its 98th anniversary. Both the PLA and the Pakistan Armed Forces have evolved into a strong partnership since the late 1950s. This bond has only grown steadily stronger with every crisis, such as the India-Pakistan nuclear tests in 1998, a brief India-Pakistan war in 1999 over the Kargil region of Kashmir, and the May 2025 confrontation between the two South Asian nations. But there is more to the Pakistan-China relationship than the India-Pakistan relations alone. Pakistan's role as a strategic counterweight to India aligns with China's broader Indo-Pacific objectives, particularly in countering the US-led Quad, which includes US, India, Japan, and Australia. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization further strengthens this security alignment, fostering coordination on regional stability, including in Afghanistan. Now, both China and Pakistan face border disputes with India, and that is what shapes their strategic alignment. China's dispute centers on Aksai Chin, a high-altitude desert administered by China but claimed by India, and Arunachal Pradesh, which China calls Zhangnan or South Tibet. In May 2025, China renamed 27 places in Arunachal Pradesh, escalating tensions with India, a move which New Delhi basically rejected, as it did similar actions in 2023 and 2024. Aksai Chin's strategic importance lies in the Xinjiang Tibet highway, critical for China's connectivity. Now, Pakistan's dispute with India over Kashmir remains a flashpoint and a source of continuous tension between the two neighbors. This shared adversarial stance towards India lends unusual strength to Sino-Pakistan ties. As a Pakistani official noted, and actually many have said so, that India's alignment with the US pushes Pakistan ever closer to China, our iron brother. China's support, including shielding Pakistan at the Financial Action Task Force, reinforces this bond. The US-India strategic partnership since 2000 is a key driver of China's prioritization of Pakistan, described by Chinese academics as Pakistan is to China what Israel is to the US. This relationship counters the US-India axis with the Indo-Pacific strategy. Pakistan's historical role in facilitating US-China rapprochement in 1971 via the then Foreign Secretary Henry Kissinger's secret Beijing visit from Islamabad adds historical depth and a sense of gratitude in Beijing to this alliance. Both China and Pakistan, therefore, must deal with a US-led West that views both with misplaced suspicion and considers China as the ascendant challenge, a phrase that was often used by former President Joe Biden and CIA officials when talking about China or their China policy. The common factor for both Islamabad and Beijing, therefore, is India, which is tied into the United States' larger Indo-Pacific policy through the Quad and 2+2, which basically means the foreign and defense ministers of India and the United States. And both nations basically must face this Western scrutiny together, and as well as biases, as witnessed during the June 2025 Paris Air Show, where China's J-10, J-20 and J-35 jets were limited to model displays only, a move which Pakistani and Chinese participants attributed to Western bias. This incident basically reflected the broader Western suspicion of China as an ascendant challenge, as noted by US officials, further aligning China and Pakistan against a common geopolitical foe. Now, the ultimate target of all these alliances, it seems, is China. How to contain the sprawling Chinese economy and China's expanding economic footprint across the globe. Western biases, India's proximity to the West, and their cumulative opposition to the Belt and Road Initiative represents a common challenge that both Beijing and Islamabad fight together. Thank you very much.